Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. The Mississippi Supreme Court ruling, a new Mississippi Supreme Court ruling that is, will mean major changes to how criminal defendants are represented during the legal process. Right now, defendants, most of them poor, who have court-appointed defense attorneys, will lose them after their initial court appearance when a judge decides if they will be released on bond before trial. In many parts of the state, they don't get access to an attorney again until after they are indicted.
And if they don't make bond, that can mean months or even years in jail without anyone working their case before a trial. Keely Shields talked with a local district attorney and public defender to learn what the change means for the state. She joins us in the studio.
The state Supreme Court's ruling closes the gap in legal representation for defendants, giving lawyers a closer chance to work more closely with their clients' cases. It could also have benefits to the state and victims' attorneys. We talked to say it's another step to getting justice.
It's a great first step, but we need a whole lot more steps.
The state Supreme Court's ruling could mean a major change to Mississippi's criminal justice system. Throughout the state, many poor defendants serve extended periods of jail time because they do not have an attorney to advocate for them between their initial appearance and indictment. In some cases, that can mean years in jail with no one working on their case. 16th Judicial District Attorney Scott Colomb says this ruling changes that.
What's important is the Supreme Court stepped up and decided to fix a problem in our criminal justice system that will make the system better overall. People have important Sixth Amendment rights, and it's also important for the state to have people, lawyers, to communicate with people who are charged with crimes.
Colomb says the ruling also benefits the state and victims.
In addition to being beneficial to the system, I think it's also beneficial to victims because it means that we're going to be able to identify any mistakes with the cases in a fashion where we can correct them and make sure victims are properly notified and given an opportunity to have the cases prosecuted in a timely fashion.
Donna Smith works as a public defender for Lowndes County. She knows firsthand how long it can take for a defendant to get appointed an attorney. Closing that gap in the legal system will allow her more time to mount a defense for her client.
It gives me the opportunity to get involved at an earlier stage while the evidence is still fresh. And although my access to that evidence from the state is limited at this point, we still can't get discovery until after indictment. But at least with what my client's telling me, I can start an investigation and see what I can find.
And while this is a progressive move for Mississippi, Smith says there's still so much work to be done.
We're pleased with the first step, but there are more steps out there that we need to take. And one is limiting the time in which the state can take to make an indictment, to indict someone.
The new ruling will go into effect in July.